Not so long ago, our relationship with artificial intelligence was like teaching a toddler to build with blocks. We would guide the AI step by step through every single action. We were the architects, carefully placing each instruction to build a specific, predictable outcome. Think of early computer programming or simple automation scripts. The human role was to provide a detailed, explicit map. The AI's job was simply to follow that map without deviation. We were in complete control of the process from start to finish. The results were exactly what we planned for. But that world is fading fast. We've entered what you might call the wizard era of AI. Today we don't give the AI a step-by-step map. Instead, we give it a destination. Write a marketing plan, analyze this financial data, draft a news article about this event. We give it a prompt, a goal, and then, abracadabra, the AI performs the complex task all on its own. Our role has shifted dramatically. We are no longer the meticulous architects of the process. We have become the skeptical inspectors of the final product. The human is now the last line of defense, the one who checks the work after it's already done. This new partnership is incredibly powerful. It allows us to accomplish tasks at a speed and scale that were unimaginable just a few years ago. But it also introduces a new kind of vulnerability. When we only controlled the inputs, the outputs were guaranteed. Now that we only check the outputs, we are placing immense trust in a process we don't directly observe or control. It's like hiring a brilliant but mysterious wizard to build your house. They might build a magnificent castle overnight, but you still need to check if the foundation is solid and the walls are straight. So why does verifying AI output matter so much? Because the consequences of getting it wrong can be catastrophic. And I don't mean that in a metaphorical sense. When we blindly trust AI without proper checks, we are walking a tightrope without a safety net. The risks are not just about inefficiency, they are about real-world harm. In finance, an unverified AI algorithm could make trading decisions based on flawed data, potentially costing a company millions of dollars in seconds. In fact, a 2021 study showed that financial firms that over-relied on AI without robust verification saw a 15% higher rate of compliance-related fines. But here's the tricky part. Verifying too much can be just as bad as verifying too little. This is the other side of the tightrope. If every single piece of AI-generated content or data requires multiple layers of manual human review, you completely lose the primary benefit of using AI in the first place: speed and efficiency. Imagine a newsroom where an AI drafts a breaking news alert, but it has to go through a 5-person committee before it can be published. By the time they approve it, the news is no longer breaking. You've traded speed for safety, and in doing so, you've made the AI almost pointless. The goal then is to find a perfect balance. It's about creating a system of smart verification. We need to trust the AI, but we also need to verify its work in a way that is both effective and efficient. This means not all AI outputs are created equal. When we talk about verifying AI, it's not just one thing. It's helpful to think of it as checking 3 distinct pillars: fact, process, and context. 3 essential pillars of verification. The first and most obvious is fact verification. This is the classic fact check. Did the AI get the details right? Example: quarterly earnings. Check numbers like revenue, profit, growth percentages. Trace information back to its original source. Financial document, scientific paper, database. It's the foundational layer of trust. If the facts are wrong, everything else the AI built upon them is a house of cards. The second pillar is process verification. This one is a bit more subtle. It's not just about what the AI concluded, but how it got there. For example, if a bank's AI denies a loan application, a human needs to be able to look at the reasoning and understand the logic. Did it deny the loan because of a low credit score, high debt-to-income ratio, or did it deny the loan because it incorrectly flagged the applicant's zip code as a high-risk area, which could be a sign of algorithmic bias? Checking the process ensures that the AI is not just accidentally right, but is operating fairly, ethically, logical. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, there's the third pillar: context verification. The question here is this output appropriate for this specific situation? Let's look at how this plays out in the real world. In hospitals, AI is increasingly used to analyze medical images, X-rays, MRIs. Some algorithms can spot signs of disease that are invisible to the human eye. The potential is enormous. But the risk is too. A landmark study published in a medical journal found that while a particular AI was 90% accurate in spotting pneumonia, it was also prone to hallucinating evidence in low-quality images. Without a radiologist to perform a final verification, a misdiagnosis could happen. Without verification, misdiagnosis can lead to unnecessary, costly treatments or failure to treat a real illness. Now consider the world of finance. Banks use AI for fraud detection. Banks use AI for algorithmic trading. One investment firm famously lost over $440 million in just 45 minutes because a new, unverified trading algorithm went haywire. The AI was factually correct about market data, but its process was flawed, executing a flood of erroneous orders. On the flip side, banks that implement robust verification systems see huge benefits, reducing false positives and fraud detection by 60%. Newsrooms offer another powerful example. Media outlets are using AI to generate articles, summarize reports, create social media content. It's a huge time saver. But when one tech news site used an AI to write articles without rigorous editorial oversight, it published dozens of stories with significant factual errors, plagiarism, and nonsensical sentences. In contrast, a global news agency uses an AI tool to assist journalists, generating first drafts that humans then verify, refine, and analyze. This collaborative model increased their output of financial news stories by a factor of 10, while maintaining journalistic integrity. So, how do we build organizations that can safely and effectively navigate this new era? It starts with rejecting the idea of a one-size-fits-all approach. Instead, we need to build flexible, evolving systems for verification. The first practical step is implementing a tiered verification system. As we've seen, not all tasks carry the same risk. A tiered system assigns a level of scrutiny based on the potential impact of an error. AI-generated social media posts? A quick review by one person might be enough. An AI-designed engineering blueprint for a bridge? That needs a multi-stage review by a team of certified engineers. This risk-based approach ensures safety without creating unnecessary bottlenecks. Building a complete verification workflow requires multiple checkpoints and collaborative review. Second, we must foster a culture of collaborative verification. This isn't a job for one person, it's a team sport. The person who prompts the AI, the subject matter expert who checks the facts, the strategist who checks the context. Organizations should create small, cross-functional AI pods or verification circles that bring these different skills together. This collaborative structure makes the process faster and more robust. Third, we can use AI to check AI. This might sound strange, but it's a powerful strategy. We can deploy specialized AI tools designed specifically to act as a first-pass filter for factual inconsistencies, signs of plagiarism, biased language. This doesn't replace the human verifier, it empowers them. Ultimately, the most important piece of advice for any organization is this: stay agile. By embracing our new role as verifiers and building smart, flexible systems to support it, we can harness the immense power of AI while safeguarding ourselves against its risks. And that is how we will win.